Hello, amazing humans. How are you today? So excited about this topic. It's been kind of on my brain for a few days. And so I'm going to ask you that question. Should you or shouldn't you share with others what you're manifesting? And you're either going to say yes or no, or you're going to say maybe. And here's my response it can be a yes or a no, or a maybe. It's not one or the other, right? So let's start with yes, you should share your manifesting with others. I would say yes if it is a group of trusted confidants. And what I mean by that is you know that this person is going to be supportive and will give you the information that you need in order to help you or guide you during your manifesting. They will not have anything negative to say about your manifesting. And basically, they're just going to be your cheerleader. And then I would say no and ask you, why do you want to share what you're manifesting with others? Now, I'm going to raise my hand here because I was guilty of this. I used to share what I was working on because I wanted other people to be one, excited for me. I was looking for validation. And I also had like self doubt. Like I didn't trust myself to know that I was actually going to go do what I was going to do. Does that make sense? So here's what happens when you share with people when you're not in alignment with what you want. Other people can give you negative Nelly comments like, why would you do that? That's stupid. Or have you asked an expert? Or that's not what the experts are saying to do. Or this is how so and so says how to do it. Or maybe you watch a video or you hear someone say that this is the only way to do it. And if you've been following me long enough, you know I don't like rules. So there is no right or wrong way or right or wrong answer here. The question is, are you strong enough in your own conviction of what you're manifesting that it's okay for you to share with others? If you are familiar with other people being the negative Nellies or not being supportive or having commentary of some sort that is not supportive and not being a cheerleader, then I would not share what you're manifesting. Only because if you're not right up here and you're already having that self doubt, like whether or not you can do this, sharing it with someone else, you're actually going to bring in the people who won't be supportive because you're not sure up here and in your body that yes, you can manifest whatever it is that you're manifesting. And the other thing I want to point out is you're allowed to want what you want. It doesn't matter what it is. And so that's just kind of a side note. So I thought I would share a personal story with you as to an experience that I had when I didn't trust myself and started listening to other people. So I owned a wellness center. And the really cool thing about when I opened up my wellness center is that I had $1,000 and wasn't sure how I was going to make it work or where I was going to find my clients. And this was back before Groupon got really big. And so I ran a Groupon. And from that Groupon, the first 6 months fulfilling those Groupons, I worked my ass off, right? But out of those people who came, 50 of them became regular clients. And I built my business on $1,000 and a Groupon. Literally, that's all I did. I had this vision of what I wanted. I discussed it with my husband. Now, I will tell you, my husband, he calls himself the devil's advocate. And for whatever reason, when he does that with me, I kind of go into this mentality from when I was a teen. And it's kind of like, or even a child. If you tell me no, let me show you that yes, I can. So it kind of had the opposite effect on me. If he would ask me questions like, are you sure? Like, what about this or what about that? And I'd be like, okay, fine, let me show you. And then I would go do it. So anyway, I opened up this wellness center and then I brought in another massage therapist to, to, to rent out the space. Again, it was just to the times that I was not doing massage or esthetician stuff, or even holding my own classes for manifesting, and I carried natural products for holistic, healing and things like that, plus body products that I made. So when I wasn't using the space, I thought, well, why not let somebody else use it? So I just made a portion of their massages. And then I had someone who was a Pilates instructor. And so she came in and held Pilates classes in the evenings. And here's where it got tricky, right? The space that I had, I absolutely adored it. It had all the elements. It had brick, it had wood, it had metal, and it was just this really cute aesthetic. And it was a small space. And so the Pilates clients, they're like, you should open up something bigger. We know so many people. You should go bigger so we can have bigger Pilates classes. And then you could do this and then you could do that. And so then I talked to the other two people that were involved, and they were on, oh yeah, yeah, this, that, and the other. And so then I got this mentality of, oh, okay, let's go big or go home, right? I built the business to begin with. Why couldn't I get bigger? Well, needless to say, to make a very long story short, things didn't really work out in my favor. They weren't bringing in massage clients, and the Pilates classes, they actually were trying to steal my Pilates instructor. Some of the clients there were like, well, you can come over here and you'll make more money. I get it. Everybody wants to make money. And of course, this was something that, because I wasn't strong in my conviction of what it was that I wanted, and that was really just to serve my clients. I wanted to make lots of money in a short, like not a short amount of time, but less hours. So I worked generally 20 hours a week, and I had the freedom to open and close when I wanted to, so that I could go and be involved with all of my kids and all the activities that they were in. And I was making really good money. And of course, my husband worked too. So because I took on other people's ideas and opinions instead of trusting my own inner guidance, I went big, and then I had to go back to what was small. And the interesting thing about that, and certain things had to happen to make that happen. The building I was in actually was filled with mold, and I had a client that would have been very deadly for that client. And so I immediately had to shut my doors, cancel my appointments, called the old landlord that I had and said, hey, can I come back to my old space? They let me back, no problem, no questions asked. And most of my clients, when they went back to the smaller place that I started in, they actually confessed to me there that they liked that space more. It felt cozier, they felt safer. There's a whole lot of things that they just shared about liking that space better. And so I learned a really big lesson there. There was quite a few lessons there. And then I ended up keeping it open for 6 months more. And then I ended up, again, something happened and I detoured off my path, and I got bursitis in my shoulder, and I let the business go. And it took me a while to kind of let the sadness go around that, because, and I didn't even necessarily realize like how successful I actually was, and how I actually was doing something that I absolutely loved. So anyway, that's probably another story. But so by me sharing like, hey, should I go bigger? Because I eventually did want to go bigger. I really wanted this really big holistic center, but I just dove first instead of checking in here. And so I would also say too that I'm less likely to share now what I'm manifesting. And even as I kind of grow, I think, because I still grow and evolve just like the rest of you. And I think now that I kind of want to spend more time with me and my higher self, and just kind of keep some things to myself and not have to share everything. I don't know why it is. I don't know if we've been conditioned this way, but we just share. I think we sometimes overshare, and I'm so guilty of that. And so I hope that kind of answers your question. And not even that you had the question, it's just something that was been on my mind. So do you share what you're manifesting with others, and what are your reasons for doing so? And I'm very blessed because I have a very supportive mother, I have a very supportive husband. My sister's very supportive of me. I have other siblings, but I'm speaking about one specifically. And then I have my intention buddy, Sonia. And there are even sometimes things that I don't share with Sonia or my mom or my sister or anybody. I just kind of keep it to myself. And I just let it unfold. And then I announce, like, hey, this is what I did, or hey, this is what I'm doing. And I wait till after it's manifested. So I guess the question would be is why are you sharing what you're manifesting with others? And there's no right or wrong answer here. Again, I don't like the rules. So you do what feels best to you, but ask yourself why you're sharing what you're manifesting with other people. Like, what are you getting out of it? Are you getting external validation? And if you're looking for someone else's opinion because you don't trust your own, I would say go within. You have all of the answers within you. You just have to ask for the solutions to like present themselves. And then, of course, after that, you have to follow the breadcrumbs. And so, more on that's coming up because there's kind of been a shift, and I've got some exciting things I want to share. But again, I'm keeping them close to here, and I'm following my own breadcrumbs. So, I hope that was beneficial and it resonated with someone. And until the next time, go be an amazing human. Lots of love, light, and other big hugs. Mwah.